Hi, Dr. Allison J.K. here with you, wanting to share with you some of the stuff that may make you come out of being tired with your manifesting and lack of the results that you're going for and really jumpstart it. And so working with the energy system, your subtle energy system and your consciousness in a way that's not, I don't hear anybody else talking about, is what we're going to do right now. And so one of the very first aspects that I love to do is to help people take the blinders, the peripheral vision getting opened so that you can see and perceive what else might actually be possible for you to go for and to ask for. And another step out beyond that is to then have a subtle energy system, meaning your chakras and what they emanate out that create your overall field, coupled with your consciousness and all layers of it, the conscious mind, the subconscious, and the unconscious, and have it all sing out in a way that actually is singing out what it is that you desire, rather than singing out your doubts, your worry about the how, you worry about the timing, you worry about your worthiness, and instead actually emanates out to the universe hearing and responding with what you actually desire, than miscreation or more of what you don't want, so that you are aligned with your desire and allowing, next step, yourself to receive it. And each of these steps are huge, vast territories that I spend almost all of my time working with people in Magic Manifestation and Money Flow, my signature program, as well as much of the other work I do. And the final step for those of you who are more advanced with this is to step into that co-creative capacity, where you are in such an alignment with your consciousness and your subtle energy system humming in a way that then the magnetism that is wired within a few of the specific chakras can then help you magnetize to beyond the first things that I talked about, which I consider more beginner stuff, but it's the territory that the majority of people need the most work in. As you get more aligned and cleared consciousness and chakras open and circulating vital life force energy, the stronger your field is, and without the blocks of I'm not worthy, or the doubts of like this isn't really going to happen, it's never happened before, not being what the universe perceives, but instead perceiving what I talked about already, then what that looks like is you're more in the co-creative mode, which is the nature of, look at the breeze that's starting, of the times that we're living in now, to step into that perceiving from your heart and your higher self, and maybe your team of unconditional love and support, what's the next steps for your highest and best, what lights you up, what will help your life expand, what will help you evolve. Because as we go for more, as we open up out of the status quo, out of just getting by, out of task orientation, out of reactivity to all that's happening on the planet, and into more of a proactive stance where we are aware that we are creating almost everything that shows up. Not everything, right? The stuff that's just random, as well as beyond our control, as well as when karma kicks in and we have to start working with that. There is stuff beyond our control. I'm one of the only practitioners out there in this industry that says it's not all like you haven't created everything in your life, right? But our power is in coming out of a victim to circumstances and reactivity, and recognizing it's well beyond mindset, how you frame something and then reframe it. Instead, it's getting your subtle energy system to do more of the work for you, and your consciousness, and clearing out where the sabotaging is happening, so that you end up being empowered to bring heaven to earth. And that is the nature of what's going to uplift us all, yourself, your own life, and as you inspire others, not even necessarily intentionally being in a position where others look to you, but maybe just by what you are, the way you're living your life, and others, you interact with others and you chat and they learn about what else is possible. So also your heart chakra open and emanating is going to do so much more to benefit all of humanity. So if you're recently concerned about the state of humanity, you doing your inner work in a genuine way, not just mindset work, but shifting so that your subtle energy system is a higher vibration. And there are absolute tools and techniques and tweaks and secrets I learned from my 10 years studying in Asia, all of this, and practicing it and applying it to my own life for the past 2 decades plus, really my whole life, these tools work. These tweaks in the subtle energy system that I learned about how to flow your energy and how to work with your consciousness and what actually works beyond affirmations, beyond vision boarding, beyond prayers. There are aspects to our system. My second book subtitle, Vibrational Upgrade, is the title, which is also the name of my business. But A Conspiracy for Your Bliss is a subtitle. And I said that subtitle specifically because of what I've seen in the inherent wiring to our chakra column and what aspects are the primary aspects. Those lotus petals that surround the symbol of each chakra are each aspects. And like the crown chakra has 1,000, the root chakra has much less than that. So there are aspects to each chakra, like the heart chakra. Let me go to the solar plexus chakra instead. Bliss, joy, is one of the aspects of the solar plexus, the upper belly chakra, the third, as is inner child, as is self-esteem, another one, self-confidence, another one, manifesting vitality is also in the third chakra. So we actually have a more open, whirring, healthy, emanating power center or solar plexus chakra, the more joyous we are about what we're manifesting out there into the world. So there is an inherent wiring within our system to help us experience bliss. That's a much oversimplified example, but nonetheless, it's one that what I'm wanting to communicate to you is typically unheard of or unknown. So if you're frustrated with your inability to actually move beyond like this wall or the sticking point, in order to be able to step out of successful manifesting and evolve into empowered co-creating, clearing happens, activation happens, and your subtle energy system will do more of the work for you. And in that process, you're evolving your consciousness. You're expanding your consciousness. You're upgrading your vibration. You're going higher. So this all works together. So it's not like it's selfish to want to learn how to and actually do it, manifest. It's actually helpful if it's done in the way that isn't about like just greedy items of the material realm. Sure, they can be included a new car, absolutely, in more clients to work within your service-based business that you can serve and help uplift them, for example, in whatever service you offer. Yeah, so all of that is great. I'm not saying that it has to be non-material based by any means, because these correspond. The spiritual is behind the material. The energy is behind what shows up in the material realm. And so the more work we do in the energy in our system, meaning our consciousness affects how our energy flows or gets blocked, and our consciousness affects the chakras. And so each chakra covers a domain of life. And so if we have blockage unconsciously because we've been sexually abused, for example, then that's going to block a specific chakra. And so other aspects of that chakra aren't going to be able to be open and online in order to help us. Our chakra column, our subtle energy system, is designed to help us. And so the more that you have that on, the less forcing and efforting and pushing, and in particular, the more magnetism, so that you can even more effectively work the law, the universal law of magnetics, which is a formal name for the law of attraction. So yeah, there's so much more possible, there's so much more available. And I wonder what the version of you is like where you allow yourself to actually choose to take one step today that goes for more. Because that is a major aspect too of these times now. And I've been seeing and perceiving this for the last couple of years, more people taking more action towards the kind of thing I'm talking about. Blessings.